Minecraft 1.18 adds nothing, but it changes everything. After Caves and Cliffs was broken into Part 1 and Part 2, Mojang decided to release all the feature additions to version 1.17 and save the more complex world generations for 1.18. At first, this was a bit of a disappointment because of how much players were looking forward to the new cave generations, but it was definitely the right call in the long term. It's very rare that a video game takes one of its core mechanics and completely just overhauls it, so taking the extra time to get it right was super important. From lowering the cave systems and increasing the world heights, to a completely new ore generation system scattered among the refined biomes, this update has a lot involved despite not necessarily adding a specific feature to the game. Instead, Minecraft 1.18 greatly enhances the base game and lays the groundwork for future updates to come. Even the teased Deep Dark biome with the new Warden mob was pushed back to the next version of the game, releasing next year. Mojang wanted to solely focus on these huge and ambitious changes they were doing to make sure everything ran smoothly and their game didn't suddenly implode on itself. But despite not adding a bunch of new features to the game, this update will completely change the feel of Minecraft and how it's played. Caves now stretch down to layer -59, meaning the pace of the game will also be slowed down a lot compared to what we're all used to. Heading down into a deep cave is a lot more of a commitment now, so you might want to stock up on more food and wood before heading down to mine those diamonds. Rushing straight down for diamonds from the very start of a new world might actually end up being more frustrating if you aren't prepared. Diamonds have a reduced air exposure in this update, so you'll be spending more time looking for them, and it'll be harder to come back to the surface alive if you aren't well equipped. Another big change to caves is how some of them will now be flooded with huge sections of water. Sometimes you'll be able to find magma blocks below to refresh your breathing, and there'll be a lot of exposed ores to mine up. Caving will feel a lot more like an adventure in 1.18, and it's one of the best improvements Mojang could have made to the game in my opinion. In addition to the cave changes, Minecraft 1.18 changes the hostile mob spawning light level to 0. Currently on 1.17, mobs spawn at a light level of 7 or lower, which means that on 1.18, light sources will now effectively be doubled compared to older versions of the game. At first, this might just seem like an easier and more efficient way to light up caves, but what this really does is open up a lot more lighting options that you normally wouldn't be able to use. For example, a redstone torch has a light level of 7, so normally this would be useless for caving because it wouldn't prevent any mob spawns. But now, a redstone torch on 1.18 is as useful as a regular torch would be on 1.17. This isn't ideal lighting still because they aren't as bright as regular torches, but if you have nothing better to do with redstone and you want to light up some caves, redstone torches are actually effective in that way now. These light changes also allow for moodier builds since it's safer to have blocks sit at a lower light level. Amethyst crystals, for example, have a light level of 5, which isn't a lot, but if you want to build a moody feeling amethyst cave and you want to keep the cave dim and safe at the same time, you can. These lighting changes are something I'm really looking forward to in 1.18, and I'm curious how it'll affect the way people build and hide lighting in their bases. These light changes also mean that the lush cave biome will be one of the safest ones to explore while caving underground. Glowberries give off the same light level as torches, and since that light range was effectively doubled, it won't be as dangerous when caving through this part of underground compared to a regular cave that is pitch black. Combined with the food that the berries provide, these biomes are going to be a safe oasis in the dangerous, deep, dark cave systems that lurk all around you. Another interesting change I wanted to mention is that lava is now a renewable resource. Placing lava over dripstone and then having it drip onto a cauldron will eventually lead that cauldron to fill up with lava. A real lava generator is something players have wanted for a long time now, and it's cool to see that Mojang added it in a unique way. These core mechanic changes that I just listed off are supplemented with a few quality of life changes that will also affect the overall feel of the update. For example, both door and sign textures have been improved, and the signs now better match the wood that was used to create them. Birch is the one that stands out to me the most, and I think it's a good thing that they made these textures more unique. Mojang also increased the spawn rate of dungeons underground, and tweaked the spawning behavior of desert pyramids and jungle temples to make sure that they weren't placed on water. Small changes like this really do add up, and it makes the update feel a lot more complete. At the start of the video, I said that 1.18 adds nothing to the game, but that wasn't completely true. 1.18 does add a new music disc called Otherside, and can be found rarely in a stronghold quarter chest, or even rarer in a dungeon chest. I'm personally a huge fan of video game music, and Otherside is no exception. I've made an entire video dedicated to how Otherside made me feel, and if you're interested in checking it out, it's on my channel. The song fits the feel of 1.18 perfectly, and it's a great addition to the game. It's hard to believe, but I've actually been playing Minecraft for over 10 years now. I've kept up with every update since I began playing, and each update brought me back to the game with more excitement than the last. From an outside perspective, Minecraft looks like a simple sandbox game with no true goal. And while that does seem true, what the game allows you to do is nearly infinite. I've spent countless hours mining blocks, building bases, playing with friends, messing around on servers, and just enjoying the beautiful scenery the game has to offer. A part of me wishes that I could erase my memory and play Minecraft again for the first time, and I'm sure to a new player it feels overwhelming if playing alone. And with how expansive this update makes the world, I wouldn't even know where to go or how to begin. But even now, as someone who's played from almost the very start, this update is the first time I felt such a feeling of unknown and awe for Minecraft since I originally started playing it. Without adding any new features, Minecraft 1.18 changes everything about the game, and continues to make me love it even more than I already do.